Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time with LA Stevie, Mario and Nedum. Nedum, have you got a cold?
Sorry, it's my hay fever.
Yes, he does.
I apologise. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to hide it. It's not possible.
Oh, shame, man.
Get him some antihistamine sent his way. All right, is Thiago...
Hold on, such a professional, Nedum. And I must also say, Mario, such a professional today. Because I think Mario comes on the show and usually he's all smiles and he enjoys his appearances on the show. But today was a little negative for Mario on the show. There's a lot of stress today from Mario and he's been able to handle it, which shows his professionalism.
Good reason for that stress, though, as well, LA. It's not going right for Ajax. It's not going right for Chelsea. We're here for you, Mario.
Okay, thank you, guys. I need to go for a walk after the show because I'm worried. I hope the sun is still shining in LA because I'm worried. I'm telling you, okay, I need some help.
Just support Middlesbrough and then you'll get used to disappointment, Mario. Okay?
Are you going to make it through this game?
I think I'll be fine.
All right.
I'm used to it. Is Thiago Motta a cautionary tale for Xabi Alonso in leading a lesser team to success but maybe moving to a huge club too soon in their managerial career? Obviously, Motta taking on Juve.
I mean, it's possible that could happen, but I think Xabi Alonso has proven himself with what he's done in Germany, that he can take a job as big as this. Whether he can handle it or not is a different question. But yeah, I think he's done enough to take it, and he's taken it at a good time because they've had a real bad season, they're really struggling, and it can only get better. So that's probably the best time for him to take it.
Mario?
Yeah, I totally agree with Steve because I think also how he is, what he achieved, you understand? It's not like he comes in and didn't do something prior to this big job because this is a huge job, not because I've been to Madrid and I've seen things the way that club is. It's huge, you understand? To be able to stay calm and handle it, it's going to be a lot of pressure. And that's why, look at Ancelotti. He did so well, and look at the end, how it goes out, you understand? They wanted to bring out the news. They wanted to make sure all the timing was right before he makes the next step. So Alonso coming in, you need a kid that, one, the fans have to agree with, because I don't think anybody's complaining if he takes a job. Or when it is going to be announced. So for him to take it, no, this is a good timing. I would have taken it if I was him, and he waited long enough. He waited one more year to see where things were going for him and making sure that he was ready for it, and I think he's ready.
Nedum, let me get your take on what happened with Trent Alexander-Arnold at the weekend, because we talked about it on yesterday's show. The question here is, why is everyone telling Liverpool fans they can't let Trent know how they feel? It's not about simply leaving. It's the fact he went back on his word that he wanted to stay forever and be captain, and he said his decision would come down to trophies, which isn't the case, obviously.
Where do I stand on it? I think, for me, the issue realistically is that, the Liverpool fan base as such is a very, very passionate one, and some of the stuff which you hear about is they don't boo their players. You know, they're very supportive. Stevie said it before. You know, they're not really critical of people on the field while they're on the field. So I think for the stuff around Alexander-Arnold, yeah, for sure he's probably let them down in some way, but he's coming on the pitch to try and help them win a game of football, and he's the kid who came through the academy. He is one of them. He has so much in common with so many people in that stadium. So when all of a sudden you have the pride, not like the character of the club is the character of the club. You know, they support their players. They support their players, and I've seen so many players come through that door, especially through the Premier League era, who haven't necessarily been as good as they would have hoped, but they've supported them. So here's one of the best to do it in the Premier League era for them, and he's coming off the bench, and you're hearing the booing. I thought to myself, when was the last time I heard booing at Anfield for one of their own players? And I thought, well, maybe I've never heard it before. So as a consequence, that's where the critique comes from. And the backstory around it is obviously very, very significant, but I just never expected it, because consistently to this point, they haven't been that type of football club.
Well, you were absolutely disgusted yesterday. I know.
You're gonna get serious. Somebody give this man a Kleenex, please.
Oh man, I'm dying.
How many of the British issues?
I'm sorry,
Man, he's doing his best, man. The guy is
I know. I'm just saying. Somebody give him a Kleenex.
It's not funny, all right?
Come on.
The guy's barely hanging on over here.
I thought he was getting emotional about Alexander-Arnold.
Well, you did get emotional about what happened yesterday, Stevie, and it's really, really divided opinion because there are the points that are made here in this question. Those saying that, you know, why has he gone on a free? Those saying that we pay our ticket prices. We have every right to demonstrate how we feel. You can't tell us how we feel. Do you feel still as strongly as it today? Them saying that he went back on his word, that he wanted to stay forever and wanted to be captain.
Oh, come on. If we're going to hold football players to things they've said while they're playing for the club, I mean, how many times have we heard all this nonsense? Oh, I supported this team when I was a kid. When they've had 5 different clubs that have said the same thing to. I mean, so you can't... No. Here's the thing. If you're a real Liverpool fan and you have a problem with Trent, then don't clap. Don't applaud. Don't sing his name. Just don't. And that's fine. But don't disrespect yourself and him by booing. Come on.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where I am. If you're not happy, then, hey, as my mum used to tell me, if you're not getting anything good to say, don't say anything. So don't boo. Just sit there with your arms folded and that's fine. And then you've made your point. But to disrespect Trent as much as anything, and Liverpool fans in general, I really take that personally. So that's my tuppence worth.
Do you believe do you agree with what Stevie's saying, Mario?
100%. I feel like, look, you also have to remember, how many parents do we have? You understand that we know, even if we're young or parents we are, you understand, in the sense of like, when you change job, you know, you go from one to another. The only thing what Stevie highlighted, that he came out and said that he would not change, he wanted to be the captain. Okay, yes, he made a mistake with saying that. I totally agree. But guys, come on. I think the hardest thing and the most hurtful thing you can do to someone, and flip it around and you be the person that's in the stand, go now and stand on the field and everybody whistles for you. Sometimes that is some of the things that hurt the most. So for him, you understand, so someone, yeah, sometimes silence is enough said. Because that when Stevie said that, I was smiling because I had the same thing at home. My mom said sometimes don't say anything and then you said enough. And I just hope for the fans to do the same. And I know I'm not a Liverpool fan and I love that club, but please, just carry on, leave the kid.
You say it best when you say nothing at all. Famous philosopher, Ronan Keating.
I'm going to write that down. That's a good song, that.
Nedum, would the FA Cup mean more to City fans or Crystal Palace fans this year?
What a nasty little question that is, by the way. But well played, well played. I think for Palace, it's been a long time since they've won something like that. Like, I don't know their history, but I can't picture them lifting that trophy that many times. Whereas for City,
they have
won it a few times in the last. Yeah, exactly. Whereas for City, they have won it in recent times. So it would mean something to win it, because obviously it means something to win the FA Cup. But I think there's sheer emotion around winning it for potentially the first time. You know, you can't talk about the emotion related to that and compare it to something else. So I think it'd be more for Palace, but in reality, it'd still be a very important trophy for City as well.
Whew, we made it through that one.
We made it through. It's for you now, Mr. Moreno. Mr. Moreno.
Oh, Mr. Moreno.
Mr. Moreno from Pablo.
Okay.
If you were Mbappe, what would your reaction have been after the match?
Well, disappointed. I've scored a hat-trick, but we've lost the match. And I suppose that's what they're getting at here. As an attacking player, score a hat-trick, usually you're pretty happy. But if you've lost the game, then you may feel as if you have done your job, but then there's also a feeling of, if indeed you are part of a team, and this is the other part of this answer, is that if you feel like you're part of a team, then the fact that you've lost hurts you. And the fact that you've lost El Clásico hurts you even deeper, cuts you even deeper. The fact that the season is now gone in terms of the things that you can win, then cuts you even deeper. And so that's a hat trick of cuts there. Hat trick of goals, hat trick of cuts. you end up walking out of the stadium fairly disappointed.
But the first cut is the deepest.
Absolutely. It is. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think I'll write that down as
You
well.
should.
I could make a song as well.
Mario, Mario, here we go. Get ready. Are you happy with the job Maresca has done this season? And are you convinced Chelsea picked the right manager to make them champions again?
Ooh, you know what the thing is? I want to see them progress. So let's focus on the Champions League. Let them get into the Champions League, regardless if that is like a very, very, very tough thing that I'm asking. He gets them there, and then the next season, going after the league might be a big step for him. But after that, boom, it has to be done. So far, what Maresca has done, I think he started well. And when he carries on for the next season, I don't want it to stop in December, because it's too early for me to stop the nice momentum. So for that case, I say so far, I would not want to see anybody else, and I don't want to see any changes yet.
Okay, you're happy so far.
He got serious. He got serious.
Yeah.
He did.
But he's
I mean, you know what? He was looking into the camera with the piercing eyes. I don't want any changes yet.
Ali, I gotta focus.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
Stevie,
Very
back me up.
dramatic.
Stevie,
Yeah,
come
very
on,
dramatic.
Man. You're
No,
the
you were
last
very
one that should be
dramatic.
smiling.
Yeah. You took over from Frank there in your acting.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
silly Claire. For Nedum, rank in order of the best first season. Slot, Komany or Flick?
Clever. I see what they did there. I think for context, I'd probably go Slot first, because it's Liverpool's second Premier League title. So this isn't regular for us to see. And then from there, I would go Komany at Bayern, because the start of the season, the talk is his fifth choice. He isn't the right person. He's going to struggle with this, struggle with that. But in the end, he's a deserved league winner. And then I go for Flick at Barca, because Flick, this is a guy that's been there, that's done that. And he's turned the Barcelona side into a side that, are incredibly enjoyable to watch. But then at the same time, witnessing a mild collapse of Real Madrid, and you could argue a bit of a collapse for Atletico as well. So I think that's going to be my order. I'd go Slot 1, Komany 2, Flick 3.
Anybody disagree?
Yep. I'd have Flick second and Komany third. I mean, is it a surprise Komany won the league with Bayern in the Bundesliga, Ali?
Well, after such a down year with the
What
same
do you such a
players,
down year? They were second.
the year before,
Aye.
Yeah, they were
lost
third.
to
or fourth,
Bayer
didn't they?
Leverkusen.
Such a down year.
Oh,
they were second.
and
They were
they're
third. They were third.
We're ahead of
sorry,
them as well.
They were third, Stevie.
Yeah, so, well, no, fantastic, aye. No, definitely. You've really changed my mind.
Okay. I'm just saying.
There's no way Leverkusen were ever going to win the league 2 years in a row. No way. No chance. It was never going to happen. You knew Bayern were going to win it. Because there was nobody else that was going to be close to Bayern. You were hoping that Leverkusen would be somewhat close to what they were doing the year before, but that was never going to happen. So that's why I got. I'm not saying Kompany's.
Except for Ali.
I'm not saying Kompany's not done a great job or a good job, but I mean, come on.
I would say Flick, Slot, Komany. The context of Flick is that it's twofold. From the Barcelona angle, we did not know what this team was going to be in the middle of summer. And let's not forget that back then, it was still a conversation about the finances of this club. And how are they going to register this player? How is that player going to be registered? Are we going to have to sit that guy down so that he can come in? Those are the things that we were talking about, and we did not know with certainty whether Hansi Flick would be able to, first of all, have the team available that then he would be able to then put his plan out on the field. And we didn't know what that plan was, and we were also coming on the heels of Hansi Flick having failed with Germany. Big question as well. The other side of this conversation, it has to be when it's Barcelona, it has to be Real Madrid. With Kylian Mbappe coming, and this is a team that had just won La Liga and had just won Champions League, and the best player in the world is walking into the locker room, you're thinking, those guys don't know what team they're putting on the field. These guys over here were already winning, and you're adding the best player in the world. Logically, you're thinking, the difference and the gap between the two clubs is not getting any smaller, it's probably getting larger. And we were all wrong. And Hansi Flick was right all along. And the play of Barcelona, I don't think we could see this coming. How talented the team was, we could see that. But to see what they have become over the course of the season, we could not have seen that coming. And so I'm saying Flick, Slot, Kompany.
Mario, you get the final say in your order.
Oh, me, I go Slot. Of course, you understand? I think from the journey that he traveled, he said go to Feyenoord when, he could go to Ajax. Actually, people don't know about, but Ajax then was waiting. So he went to AZ, makes Feyenoord champion, and then come to Liverpool and do it again. No, for me, such a big club, where they are, boom, making them champion. The next one, I gotta go for Flick. I like what Ellie said. How he explained it and everything he said, Flick for me goes second and then goes Kompany. Why? Because maybe also knowing the situation where Kompany came in, I think he did an extraordinarily well job because, like being a young coach and doing that and, changing things. But I think Flick had a bigger task to take for what he said. Coming in with the best player into Real Madrid after they won so much and then still build a team and get the magic out of Yamal. Regardless if it's a top talent, you still have to make sure that he produces. And then Rafinha, making him play like that after everybody wanted to sell him. And then you got Lewandowski where people thought like, okay, maybe the Indian is finished. And still scoring and all those young kids, you sparkle around. Oh, amazing. So second, Slot first. Come on.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sending in your questions, everybody, on the latest edition of Extra Time. Nedum, we're going to go and let you get started.
Go ahead, Nedum.
Go for a walk.
Yeah,
You
Don't
need
blow
it.
your nose, Nedum.
Bless him.